Before we move on, Glenn, you speak about projections, and with projections, you need to make assumptions about the costs of things. How much do you put against the cost of raising kids in a capital city?
How much does one kid in Sydney cost?
Yeah, 0 to 18. I don't know.
So a lot. Children are so cute, and skilled children are so cute, and they come to most of our meetings. There's usually a baby on the shoulder, but there is a significant cost. So how do we work through that? So the first is typically the household going down to one income. That's the biggest cost for most people when they think about starting a family. You've got, again, this is broad general comment, but you've got two people working full time, and then the primary caregiver typically takes 12 months off for work, just using kind of broad assumptions. The challenge with that is we then need to navigate 12 months of expenses and potentially increased expenses with the little one and only one household income. So it's really important when we're looking to start we're looking to start planning for a family, we're really clear in terms of what our bills are going to be. So what are the non-negotiables? What are our likely kind of day-to-day expenses? And as a general comment, we usually look to factor in about, usually between $8,000 and $15,000 of baby costs. Whether that be anything from specialists, doctors, to the latest bugaboo pram, to the car seat that goes in the back of the car. And it's really interesting. We talk about babies a lot with our members, and there's this concept of the first baby economy. So whenever our members, they have their first child, they're like, right, I need the best car seat, I need the best pram, I need the best, bag to carry the nappies. Second baby rolls around, they're like, oh, really not that important.
Yeah.
I don't actually care.
I know a couple going through that right now.
I don't really care about any of this stuff. So just be conscious of that. And interestingly, one of our members, having just exactly actually the same members that I met with this morning, she's looking to start a side hustle and actually looking to start a business, almost like a marketplace for baby goods. So because they grow out of them so fast, and some of these things that are so relevant for the first year and not for the second, creating a marketplace to then be able to on-sell that. Kind of like Facebook Marketplace, I suppose, but just for baby goods.
Oh, nice.
Love it.
So that's her side hustle. But in terms of beyond the the initial the initial 12 months, it's then considering what life would look like post that 12 months. So be having a really good understanding in terms of what the parental leave policy is for both parents. Having an understanding in terms of when the primary caregiver does go back to work, is it part-time? Is it full-time? Childcare, even with rebates, is really expensive. So understanding the trade-off between actually going to work and then paying childcare and what the implications of that are going to be. And what we see over the first 3, 4, 5 years of starting a family is cash flow is usually pretty tight as the household kind of settles down into the new norm. And then the little one, if going to public school, goes out of childcare to public school 5 days a week. And then we see the disposable income skyrocket back up again. And then there's a conversation to be had. What are we doing with the $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 every single year that we're pumping into childcare? What do we now do with that? And then high school comes along, and then we have a similar conversation around private school versus public. And the costs are high, particularly around high school as well. Some of our members, we actually have investment strategies set up for them before they even conceive their first child. Wow. So if they're adamant that they want to send their kid to, the private school that they went to, or they want at least the option to be able to do that, we're putting often into market-linked investment. So in the stock market, given if we're starting pre-baby to high school, we've got a good 10, 12-year runway. We're looking at those higher growth strategies to give us the best possible chance to pay the school fees when they eventuate, as opposed to getting to that point going, shit, this is a lot of money, and then just redrawing on the mortgage that we've just been so diligently paying down for the last 10 years.
Equity line.
I will say this about investing. Everything you do learn is cumulative. What I learned at 20 is useful.